शाहजहां का बताया अभी जो है देखने
show that you ordinate the god which repeats itself in the hierarchies outside of the mosque. Do you see any relation that between the subordination under God, which you said before, and let's say a kind of ritual that is meant also work, I mean outside? So is it, do you see more of these references where let's say it's a timely interpretation which refers to the outside, or is it can't be pure?
In one sense, I mean, there's no real boundary between the sacred and the profane and the traditional culture. And these, you sort of, you are, what you are sort of embedded from morning to night. The whole culture is around things which are important.
Yes, but here choices are made too. What you chose is a decision. Obviously, it seems, I try to understand that this choice is different from other choices.
Some are not different, some are sort of standard.
Okay.
Others are, because it is like an intellectual enterprise. They have decided, and because they are sort of like-minded people, it seems, from the historical record and by the way things have been chosen, that it is in a larger cultural context where these were the concerns. This is how they were expressed. Multiple, you see references on miniature paintings. It's a culture which is giving rise to this and to the art and to the music. It's have the same concern. If you pick up 17th century treatises on music, it will start with similar. If you open a book on astronomy by sons of the architects, you know that, which was taught into the 60s in the madrasa here in Malta. And it's open with the same sort of foundational references to astronomy in the Quran. And before that, knowledge. What are we trying to do? Why do we want to study nature? So he puts in those foundational verses as to why science is important and what is the context, why a person should be pursuing science, and then hadith, and then wise men talking about astronomy, and then his own particular, because this book I have in mind is a commentary on an Iranian older treatise on astronomy, which was written in a Shia form. But it's taught in Sunni madhabs, and similarly, his knowledge is not sectarian, it's never been in ours. So, but he glosses over that and he says it is about it. So it's a context for all knowledge, from the arts to architecture, and you see the same reference.
So there's less interpretation.
It's a common.
Yes.
I mean, you could define culture as a realm of shared beliefs, symbols, language. So if it's not shared, it's not culture.
No,
I mean,
in general, I understand. Is there a specific? Would you say here's something very specific?
There is that's the beauty of each work of art, and then you discover particularities. And some of those are really beautiful. It's sort of perhaps unique this mosque in the amount of calligraphy. After the Taj, this might be I don't know, but it has a lot of calligraphy. And the program is very strong. Korsa? Batao? Before we go in, I could maybe just divide what's happening inside. This mosque is all, as you can see, just to relate to this Surah Al-Fatah, on the spandrels of the arches there's a square sort of swastika design. It's made up of the name of God, Ya Fattaho. It's the same word which is the name of the surah, which means, O thou giver of victory, O thou opener, means both. And once again it's on its openness. And then it's repeated on the mihrab again, Ya Fattaho. And technically in Tasawwuf, it means the opening of the heart. Ultimately, its reference from the physical door to victory is the real opening, and which is what the sacred work of art will point to. And interestingly, this might be the only mosque which has 4 or 5 sayings of great Sufi sheikhs on the walls of the mosque. But before we do that, I'll just tell you, it's a 5-bayed mosque. So there's 2 sides, because it's symmetrical, these 2 sides are sort of dedicated to the Prophet, and the domes have his name. And the central chamber is dedicated to God, so it has verses and invocations connected to God, and that has connected to the Prophet. That's a larger thing. And we can move to the sayings of the saints. Before that, यहाँ पे अगर खड़े हो, ऊपर देखने बहुत This is really what this This sort of stucco work was a speciality of the Mughals. Once again, comes from Central Asia, Timurid architecture, but it was taken to another level. It's basically based on longitudes and latitudes. I mean, this division of the surface. But if you look at it closely, it relates to Islamic cosmology of the heavens. As you can see, there are stars. I mean, it relates to heaven. Obviously, domes always relate to heaven, and the stars point to the same thing. If you look closely, the stars in our concentric layers of circles, like the Quranic and the prophetic description of, as even in the West, heavens and the layered reality. So on the top layer, in the very center is a blessing upon the Prophet in the central circle. Then there is La ilaha illallah al-aliyul kabir, La ilaha illallah al-malikul
Kabir.
So it is the oneness of God in some of His qualities. After that, the circles, the first circle has the 5-point star has Ya Allah, Ya Allah. The second circle has the Prophet's name. Third circle has Abu Bakr's name, and the 4 caliphs. So, this sort of structure relates to the journey of the Prophet in his Miraj, where on each heaven he met a Prophet. So it's that which they have done a creative thing to it. They have replaced the names of the prophets with the names of the caliphs, but the idea is the same. And in the center is Ali, Ali, Ali is the last, and in the center, as you can see, is Hussain, which is very interesting. And these are the 3 saints of the great saints of the very great ones. You can read that. You can read that. So that's from Bala Junaid, which is Junaid al-Dadi, who is a shared foundational Sufi from Baghdad. The second one is by his nephew and his successor, Abu Bakr al-Shibli. And the third is Qala Abu Sufyan, which is Abu Sufyan al-Sawri. These are great Sufis, as well as this one was also a great scholar of the law, great Muhaddis. Imam. And all of these are about servanthood to God. They're very sort of poetic and rhyming Arabic, as they were. قال الجنيد العبودية ترك الأشغال والاشتغال بالشغل الذي وراء الشراب. Is that to give up everything, I think, and in the sense, I don't know. The other is Qala Abu Bakr al-Siddiq al-Abudiyya. So what is servitude to God? There he says giving up one's own will. आखिरी वाली पढ़े बड़ी ये बड़ी रिदमिक है. Much time left.
Der Schrift im Islamischen Reich. Die Herren konnten das lesen, als Gemeinde.
There is a whole of Surah Al-Jumu'ah, which is about the Friday prayer, and that's the last ayat of Surah Al-Ashr, which has all the names, some of the very beautiful things of God. And the tasbihat are said to each verse, each quotation has a background. There's some that the Prophet heard on his night journey where what the angels were saying. Some of I think are those. So it has a background. And there are many prayers of the Prophet on the walls. And this is a beautiful. These two are. The Muhakkak is also beautiful. The calligraphy is really very beautiful. Muhakkak is a sort of flattish calligraphy. And it ends with Ya Muhammad. These are blessings on the Prophet, and the second part of each is a Hadith Qudsi where God is speaking, but not in the Quran. The Prophet has reported what God is saying. And here it is just, it's about the Prophet. I mean, if somebody can read the Arabic, you can see reflections of the. There's a lot behind this. ये देखिए कोई पढ़ सकता है इसकी कॉम्पोजिशन भी कितनी अच्छी है. Here there is the blessing with beautiful epithets and what you call it, titles to the Prophet. कि रसूल सक़लैन al-mutajalla वगैरह. It is a Qala lahu al-wahid al-ahad. Al-wahid al-ahad says Ya Nuri, Ya Noora Nuri, O light from my. He's addressing the Prophet as the light from my light. Vaya Sirri, Sirra Sirri, a secret from my secret. It's really very mystical. And in the end he says, I have given you my dominion, it's yours, Ya Muhammad. It's very moving.
This is from.
This is what's called the Hadith Qudsi, where God is speaking on the tongue of the Prophet. आज की झलकी आती है इसमें कुछ इसमें उसकी झलकियाँ रसूल साहिबुल आलमीन महबूब मशरक़ैन वल मग़रिबैन, जो तार जानते हैं वो इसमें झलकी दिखेगी. बहुत This is a beautiful composition. इसको क्या कहते हैं? सूरह इखलास. Bismillah and second. 12 sided picture. ये एक अब जैसे अगर आप लोग कॉर्नर्स में देखें ना तो ये साइप्रेसेस हैं और उसके इर्द गिर्द अंगूर की बेल जा रही है. So it goes without saying that all these plant forms and so on, they also have a background. They sort of evoke paradise and the specific ijaza of the Prophet that you can paint plants also. You can't paint living things. So references are to paradise. And the cypress normally in miniature painting is shown with a bent head. So they've used the curve of the knee of the spinch to make the cypress bow down. Because the cypress is a symbol for the complete man. Because cypress has the male and it's a androgenic plant. It's male and female both. And so that's the masculine principle and the vine, the feminine principle. And it's mirrored in God and the Prophet, Allah and Muhammad, the lover and the beloved. So, visual representation. These are all sayings of the Prophet. That active. And here the names of God have been woven into a design there. And up there is the cosmic tree, mentioned in the Quran and the Hadith. The tree which has engulfed the heaven and its roots and then all the Prophet, the blessing of the Prophet using a different title. I think this is it from you. You can have us. Thank you very much.